The 2026 IMSA calendar was recently revealed, and the biggest storyline from the announcement is that the event at Wisconsin's Road America will become a Michelin endurance round next season, which has been something that fans have been advocating for in recent years, and now it's finally happening. So in this video, I'll break down the calendar reveal for 2026, and especially this major event change for the iconic track known as Road America. For 2026, the calendar for the main WeatherTech Sports Car Championship will look fairly similar to 2025. In fact, the tracks that are present on this year's schedule are the same ones that are present on the next. Revealed over the weekend of the 73rd edition of the 12 Hours of Sebring, the calendar for the main championship will consist of 11 rounds, and once again, it will feature the classes of GTP, LMP2, GTD Pro, and finally GTD. IMSA will also be heading to some other tracks that the WeatherTech series doesn't go to, and I'll talk more about those events later on in the video. Now, like I mentioned before, the biggest change for this season is that Road America has been added as one of the 5 Michelin Endurance Cup rounds for 2026. The other tracks being Daytona, Sebring, Watkins Glen International, and Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Located near Elkhart Lake in Plymouth, Wisconsin, Road America will become the de facto replacement for the previous endurance race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which means that after just 2 seasons, Indy will lose its status as a Michelin Endurance Cup round. However, IMSA's race at the Indy Road Course will still be placed on the calendar, and I'll be talking more about that event in just a moment. Like always, the race that starts off the season with round 1 is the crown jewel of IMSA, the Rolex 24 at Daytona, which should theoretically see the debut at this event for the Aston Martin Valkyrie from the Heart of Racing team, which didn't get a chance to race at the 24-hour endurance race this year. Following the traditional roar before the 24, the Rolex 24 in 2026 will be taking place on Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th of January. And like it says in the name, it will last 24 hours, with all 4 of the classes present. Next up at round 2 is the iconic Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring. And for 2026, this event will be happening on Saturday, March 21st, with the race once again being the second longest endurance venue in IMSA history, with all 4 classes present once more. Then for round 3 is the first of the California races, which is the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, which will be the first of 2 sprint races on the schedule, lasting around an hour and 40 minutes long, and the race will happen on Saturday, April 18th, with only the GTP and GTD classes in the event. Next, we head up California's coastline to the home of the iconic corkscrew, which is WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, which will host the race known as the Motul Corse de Monterrey for IMSA's 4th round of the season. The event will last around 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and will take place on Sunday, May 3rd, which hopefully shouldn't collide this time with the WEC event at Spa next year. As for the classes, we expect to see GTP, GTD Pro, and GTD at this event once more, with the LMP2 class being the only category of the WeatherTech series not present, as the last time LMP2 cars were at Laguna Seca was in 2023. Moving on to the second edition at this track of the Detroit Grand Prix, which in fact is IMSA's second sprint race alongside Long Beach, and just like the Southern California round, Detroit's Grand Prix will last around an hour and 40 minutes long, and will take place on Saturday, May 30th, with the GTP and GTD Pro class cars competing. Now, the next IMSA event is only for the support series of the Michelin Pilot Challenge, and won't feature any participation from cars in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. The race will take place at Mid-Ohio near Lexington for 4 hours straight, and it will take place on Sunday, June 7th, with the Michelin Pilot Challenge classes of GS and TCR present. Speaking of the support series, besides the Michelin Pilot Challenge race in Mid-Ohio, some of the support championships will be heading to other tracks across the year that the WeatherTech series doesn't go to. For example, the VP Racing Sports Car Challenge traditionally backs up the IndyCar season opener at St. Petersburg, while the Porsche Carrera Cup of North America will likely back up the Formula One events like the Miami Grand Prix at the newly built Miami Autodrome. Moving back to the WeatherTech Series calendar, and at the end of June, just like in the past, there will be a third Michelin endurance race, which is the Salem 6 Hours of the Glen, taking place at Watkins Glen International. As it says in the name, the event will be lasting 6 hours, and will return to its end of June slot, as it will happen on Sunday, June 28th in 2026, and for the first time since the 12 Hours of Sebring, all 4 of the classes will be present. Then comes Round 7 at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, aka Mosport, which is the Chevrolet Grand Prix, and this event will last 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is the same length as the race at Laguna Seca. And for 2026, the event will happen on Sunday, July 12th, and keep in mind that this could once again collide with the WEC event in Brazil. And by the way, this is the only IMSA event across the season that will be taking place outside of the United States of America, as this race will be taking place in Bowmanville, Canada. For the third year in succession, GTP cars will not be present, as for the only time next season, LMP2 cars will headline the grid, with the 2 GT Daytona classes also present. Then we finally come to the highly anticipated Road America Endurance Race, and next season, the event will double in length, as it becomes a 6-hour endurance race in 2026. The last time an endurance venue at Road America lasted over 3 hours was in 2012 within the American Le Mans Series, when the Mazda-powered Dyson Racing Lola won in an almost photo finish with another entry during an epic conclusion to the Road America event, which lasted 4 hours. For 2026 though, Road America finally returns to hold the status as an endurance race within IMSA, and the event will happen on Sunday, August 2nd, with all 4 classes present once again. Then we head to the Virginia International Raceway for the Michelin GT Challenge for Round 9, and this will be a 2-hour and 40-minute event taking place in Alton, Virginia on Sunday, August 23rd. And once again, this will be the only GT exclusive event during the season, as the Northeast Grand Prix at Lime Rock Park hasn't returned since 2023. For the penultimate round of the season at the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Battle on the Bricks at Indy will return to host a 2-hour and 40-minute event for the first time since 2023, as of course Road America takes its place as an endurance event. However, the Indianapolis round on the road course layout will still be a great race to watch, as it takes place on Sunday, September 20th, with all 4 classes present. Finally, as is tradition, the season will conclude at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta for the 29th running of Motul Petit Le Mans, which is a 10-hour endurance race happening on Saturday, October 3rd, with all 4 categories present since it's a Michelin Endurance Cup event. So that concludes a breakdown of the 2026 IMSA calendar, which includes a special surprise as Road America becomes a sports car endurance race once more. Which race within IMSA are you most excited for? And are you happy to see Road America become a 6-hour endurance event once again? Well, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For those interested in endurance racing, I suggest subscribing if you haven't already, because I provide consistent updates on everything WEC, IMSA, and Intercontinental GT. For more videos to watch, check out the options displayed on screen. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.